As 2023 comes to a close, I want to reflect for a bit and look at some of the gear that I've been using that's either made me more money or impacted the way that I film things. See, none of this gear on this list is sponsored. This is stuff that I've just been using throughout the year that I want to share with you and show you how I'm preparing for 2024. What's going on, guys? 2023 has been quite the busy year, and there's been a lot of developments in the way that I shoot things in my business. And so I just want to share some gear with you that I love using, stuff that's just genuinely impacted the way I film. And if you're interested in any of it, I'm gonna leave it all linked below. So without further ado, let's just get straight into number one. First up, we have something that is exceptionally clutch, and I use it every single shoot. These are black Promis filters. What I have here is a black Promis 1/4 and a black Promis 1/8. I mainly use the 1/8 when I'm filming interviews, when I wanna soften the skin and bloom the light just a little bit. 1/8 seems to be like that perfect sweet spot that I found throughout the year or two that I've been shooting with these things. I use a 1/4 for my commercial work just to make it stand out even more. A 1/4 is a little bit heavier. It's not anything close to like a half or a full stop, but it does exactly what I needed to do to have my footage kind of just stand apart from anybody else who's using a digital sensor camera. They give my camera the ability to capture an image that can't be captured with just sensor alone. It needs a little bit more of an augmentation, and with cheaper digital cameras, these things are perfect. These things are incredibly effective, very, very simple, something you just attach to the end of your lens to give your footage that little bit more of a push. They are relatively cheap, so you can do what I do, which is buy a big one and adapt it to all of your lenses using step down rings. Or if you have the budget, you can buy one for each lens size that you have. That way you don't have to worry about transferring them from lens to lens or potentially losing step up rings or breaking step up rings like I do every week apparently. So if you're looking to instantly affect the way that you film, look into getting a Promis filter. It will genuinely change the way your footage looks. It'll make you push your footage just that little step further. And yeah, it's been no regrets since I bought this thing, and I love it every single time I put it on. Next up, we have something that I don't talk about often because it's incredibly niche, but it opened up an entire new revenue stream for me. And that is the Tilta Hydra alien. This thing is incredibly niche, but it makes getting rolling car shots so simple for somebody who is a beginner when it comes to getting rolling car shots. Even having the ability to film footage like that has opened up so many doors for me when it comes to filming car commercial, when it comes to filming literally anything that needs a camera outside of a car going down the road at any speed. This thing has been clutch. When I originally bought this thing, it had a lot of micro jitters and it was unusable. And I did a bit of custom rigging, making my own shock mounts, kind of adjusting the way that the arm attaches to the dampener. We did a little bit of rigging and now it's flawless. It's freaking perfect. But the newer models I've seen, they've already kind of fixed that problem. So that's one of the things I kind of regret getting into a little too soon before it was fully tested. But yeah, if you're using one of the newer models of the Tilta Hydra Alien, your footage should look relatively smooth compared to what it used to. I can't recommend this thing enough. It's been great to me and it's made me so much money, which is always a plus. If you enjoy the motion graphics that you've seen throughout this video and throughout all my videos, that will be thanks to Motion VFX. I know how much we hate sponsor segments, but this is something that I actually use in every single video. All of my titles, transitions, all of that stuff is from Motion VFX. I use them before they sponsor me. I still love to use them. And they are the core foundation for where I use all of my motion graphics because I used to hate making motion graphics from scratch. So if you are like me, then look into them. Currently, they're doing a Black Friday sale. So if you use the code 30black, you'll get 30% off everything in the store. And if you use Final Cut Pro, they currently have a subscription going at a discounted price already. So no need for the code 30black. Motion VFX is running a deal where they're discounting 4 items for 4 weeks, and it's different items each week, essentially giving you 50% off 16 different items. So check in and check in again because what you want may be on sale soon. But huge thank you to Motion VFX. Trust me, I genuinely do recommend them. It's super simple and super seamless. All right, back to the video.
Next up, we have a quality of life improvement for my shoots because this helped me get more eyes on my footage, which in turn made my footage much, much better because I had people pointing out every little detail now, and I could focus on being the one who captures it all.
And that can be attributed to production monitors. I don't really have any specific models in mind. When I say production monitor, I mean anything that's like a director's monitor to help other people get eyes on what you do so they can help you pinpoint, spot things that you may not see as a DP.
I use the OCE 21.5 inch. It's been incredible. This thing is great for when you have multiple people on set who need to see your frame, follow up behind you. This has been incredible. It runs on V-mount batteries. It runs on HDMI, SDI, literally anything I can ask for. This thing has been perfect. But I also have the Ronin 4D's wireless transmitter model.
This lets me control the camera in its entirety, or lets a second shooter control the camera when I'm messing up focus or exposure. Somebody can be right here viewing the live production of everything, adjusting it when I need to, and I can be like, hey, can you pull a focus for me for this one single shot? Because I just can't seem to get it right. It happens more than you think.
When it comes to filming car commercials with the Hydra Alien, the Ronin 4D has been a dream because having this sitting in the car, wireless transmitted, I don't have to do any kind of major insane hookups. Hook the Ronin 4D to the stabilizer, hook this to the Ronin 4D by just turning it on, and you have one of the best production rigs I've ever used.
Okay, so next up is something I dedicated the entire last video to. There's no way it couldn't make the list, and that's my 8x8 Scrim. If you want to talk about something that's impacted the way I shoot, this thing is an absolute game changer. When it comes to filming outdoors and filming commercials, and I need to soften the light, the 8x8 has been incredible. Last video, you all informed me that I should not put it on C-stands when I'm outside. I hear you loud and clear. I never leave this thing unattended. I never leave it without sandbags, and I never leave it without a person literally holding it in place because I understand that C-stands aren't the best for this thing, but it's what I have for right now. But if you're looking into getting the 8x8 Scrim, I recommend combo stands. Combo stands are a bit more heavy duty. They weigh a little bit more and they have more widespread leg base. That way you can centralize it. You're not worrying about wind blowing over your Scrim because the Scrim is a giant wind sail. If you want to experience my thoughts on the Scrim in its full detail, I have a full video that I'll link for you and you can go check that out right after this one. But overall, if you're doing any kind of outdoor filming and you're a growing filmmaker, please look into getting an 8x8 or any kind of Scrim to block out sunlight for you because it has made having control over the outside elements way, way easier. That thing has saved me so many times when it comes to commercial shoots, and I will be using it almost every single shoot going forward next year.
And so we have the biggest piece of gear that I'm taking into 2024, and that is my production van. This thing has made so much more possible.
I'm not gonna lie. Having the van has been better than any lens, any light, any camera that I've ever bought. This thing is the true game changer. It is the biggest quality of life improvement that I've had when it comes to video production. It's something I should have bought years sooner, but you know, when the timing felt right, I definitely got it. And being able to grow with this thing, being able to have all of my camera gear with me for every single shoot has been a dream come true. And if I had to make an MVP of this list, I know it's something that you can't just order off Amazon, but the production van is definitely the MVP of 2023. For honorable mentions, I'm just gonna fire off a few things if you wanna just work with me here. The most convenient camera that I own and something that has been a game changer through and through is the Ronin 4D. It has thoroughly impressed me every single shoot that I use it on. I pretty much exclusively use it for my commercial grade shoots now. The quality of footage, the shots that I've been able to get, I cannot love this camera more at the moment because I was skeptical at getting it at first, but I've grown with it a lot, and man, I'm just excited to push this thing even further. Next up are the Sony FX3 and the Sony FX30 combo. I use these in tandem with each other because I use the Sony FX3 when I'm filming these story videos, when I'm running and gunning and doing anything that I can. Love the long form aspect of the Sony FX3. The FX30 I use for that third angle when I'm doing a kind of behind the scenes look at my interviews and incorporating that into the story videos. as well as having a camera that is just exceptionally convenient. I can just pull it out of my case. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm not hooking up cables and batteries. I keep it very, very simplified, and I love that thing. Next up is my set of C-stands. I was a person who, I was like, I can get by without C-stands. They're expensive. I don't really need them. I have the light stands. Getting you a set of C-stands has been a world of difference because I've been able to rig up lights in a completely different manner. I've been able to have convenient ways to have hair lights, convenient ways to have top-down views for cameras, literally anything that I don't have to struggle with anymore. Getting a C-stand, getting some sandbags, and just mounting that thing wherever you need to go. Love it, love it, love it. Could not recommend more. So if you are a growing filmmaker and you're looking into getting a set of stands, I'll leave what I have linked down below. And lastly, we have Apple boxes. I didn't know how much I needed these things until I actually got these things. They really do help with varying people of different heights, having them all in the same sight line. Apple boxes are super convenient because you can use them for pretty much anything, and they make for really convenient seats when you're on set.
Okay, so that was a lot, and I did my best to keep things brief, but I really do hope those things brings you as much value as they brought me. And if you have something that you absolutely love and you want to share with everybody else, leave a comment below because I'm always interested in finding new gear. But with that all being said,
that's all I have for you today, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, consider subscribing because I'm bringing you more content just like this every week. So you guys stay safe, you're loved, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.